Hi, my name is Ella, and I wanted to make a video of a sort of like kitten crash course. Stuff that works, stuff that doesn't. Some stuff is worth it, and some stuff isn't. And I'm just going to be sharing my experience. So, I got foster kittens in October 2023, and I decided to adopt them in December after I bonded with them very quickly. And I realized that they were super well behaved compared to other kittens, just that my friends and family have had and stuff I've seen online. They were super calm, although they have their moments of energy for sure. They never had accidents. They were super friendly and kind and sweet, and they warmed up to me almost immediately. And I just love them. They are everything to me. But something I knew when adopting kittens is that I did not want to use clay litter. I grew up with cats, and we always used just standard clay litter, and I would hate having to do the litter because the clay, it clumps, it sticks everywhere. It's not very environmentally friendly, although it is on the more economical side, but I did a lot of research before getting them, and I turned to pine litter. I also found this out because I grew up on a farm, and although my family had never tried pine litter for our cats, we used it for other livestock and for our chickens. And this is essentially just like a pellet of pine shavings that dissolves when urinated on, and it doesn't clump around poop, but it does a pretty decent job of masking odor. And after reading a bunch about it and discovering that it's also pretty cost efficient, I decided to pull the trigger. And when I got them, I immediately put them on pine litter. I didn't know what they were on before, I assumed clay, but I just kept them on it. And I started with just plain plastic standard litter box ones that you can get for literally $5 anywhere. And I quickly started to realize that although they were perfect in every sense, they were so messy with their litter. So I got them a bigger litter box. And then from the bigger litter box, I added the tall sides. And that helped keep a lot of the actual litter in. Since pine litter dissolves when peed upon, it leaves a dust everywhere. And that was a problem for me because it did smell. And I didn't like stepping in dust covered in cat pee whenever I went into my bathroom. I then got a sifting litter box that was really expensive. It wasn't big enough for two cats. I live in a small apartment, and so odor control is really important to me. And it did help with the odor, making sure that all of the dissolved pellets went to the bottom. But it didn't really do a great job of actually sifting it. I believe it's the Tidy Cats sifting litter box. I got the small one so that it would fit in the bottom of a closet in my bathroom where I keep their litter box. And it was a little bit too small. I wanted to get the larger one. I'm glad I didn't. But when I got it, it came with, I guess, the Tidy Cats or Purina. It might be Purina. It came with that brand of pine pellets, and it worked so well. And it has a little pee pad at the bottom, and then it has a sifter on the top, and then it has high sides, which is everything I needed. And it did a very poor job of sifting the pine pellets that I bought after I ran out of the pack that came with the litter box. And when I tried to buy the pine pellets that came with the litter box, they were much more expensive than the typical pine litter. What I liked about the pine litter, like I said before, was that it was very cheap. Like, I could get a 40-pound bag at Tractor Supply Co. for under $20. Might honestly be under 15, I don't remember. But the sifter was a huge problem for me because the slits were not big enough to sift out all of the dust. And the other thing I noticed was that with the pine pellets I was using compared to the ones that came with the litter box, my pine pellets produced a lot more dust than the pine pellets that came with the litter box. So I was done with that. And something that really helped with the dust tracking was getting one of those honeycomb litter mats. I really like those. They work really well. And after really coming up short and being pretty disappointed about all of the failed litter box. Like, I spent a lot of money on that litter box, and I was so disappointed when it didn't work as advertised or as well as I was hoping it would work. I decided to switch to making my own. I bought two extra large litter boxes from PetSmart with high sides because, again, they're very messy. They kick their litter everywhere. And I drilled holes in one across the bottom, and then I put a pee pad on the second one, and I put the one with holes on top. There wasn't a big enough gap for it to actually sift efficiently, so I ran into the same problem where it just wasn't doing a great job of sifting, no matter how often I scooped, no matter how often I shook it out. But the problem with shaking out the litter is that it would give both me and my cats allergies, and also everyone in my household allergies. So after all of this, I decided, like, sure, pine litter is cheap. I'm in college, it works. It's not for me, and it's making me and my cats sneeze a lot. So that's when I gave Pretty Litter a try. I've been using Pretty Litter for about a week now. I I really like it. It's non-clumping, which is nice. It traps odor really well, and I've also paired it with a stainless steel litter box that prevents tracking. With the added addition of the honeycomb litter mat, it does a very, very good job of keeping everything in, even though they are messy. I got a stainless steel litter box with high sides because they're still very messy. You know, they're kittens. They might just have that habit in them. So, yeah, it's working out. I just ordered them a second litter box now that they are almost a year old, which is sort of hard to believe. They need 2 litter boxes. Stainless steel litter box I got is by far the biggest litter box I've had in this apartment, so I can already tell they're pretty pleased about that. The other one I got, I'm going to keep in my room. So I'm putting this hooded litter box with steps where you can climb in. It has a vent at the top because I know that the enclosure can be difficult sometimes, but it lifts up. Their little stairs, they go around, and I got them a mat in addition to this. I have put so much money into this apparatus, and I'm telling you, it is worth it. It is worth the money. It's everything. Pretty Litter is a pretty good deal when you do auto ship with Chewy. They knock off a few bucks. I have the subscription where I get 2 bags for $50 every 6 weeks. It tracks their health. It doesn't clump. Again, very good at masking odor. I sprinkle on top this litter deodorizer with lavender in it. Apparently it's supposed to be calming. Those are pretty much all the things I like. I'm going to put pictures of everything and links to the stuff that I swear by. And yeah, thanks for watching.